Welcome to Stuck in Books. Are you ready for the triple threat? 3 romance writers and a book signing. Ready? Let's go.
I write lots of books. The ones that I'm here to talk about tonight are my new adult stories, and you don't even know how excited I am that new adult romance is a thing, because for the longest time I wanted to write romances set in college, and agents and editors would always tell me that there wasn't a market for it. And this was before the Kindle boom and before digital became such a viable landscape. We're talking like probably 14 years ago or so, that I was like, but there are so many awesome stories, and it's like you have the freshness and the risk-taking that you can get in YA, but then you also get to write about the sex that you can't really put in YA, because I feel like it's a little appropriate for me to be really like lascivious in YA. Like, I just think so.
Follow that.
I just say, hi, I'm Jay. I want to do what people don't do. I want to tell stories people don't tell. Like, I wanted to do stuff that was driven by subculture, which when I was in my 20s, it was all about punk rock and heavy metal and like dudes with piercings everywhere. And like when New Adult started, like when, you know, Jamie really like kicked the door open, I was like, oh, so like people can do that? Okay, well, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it like about real dudes. Like not dudes that are tied into the mob. You know what I mean? Like just real, like dudes I hung out with in my 20s. And like that's why I like New Adult, because I did ridiculous stuff in my 20s. Granted, I still do ridiculous stuff in my 30s, but not nearly as like troublesome and crazy as when I was like in my early 20s and my late teens. My mom's back there somewhere. She can attest to that. So like New Adult to me, like there wasn't anything else I would want to do. Like I love contemporary grown-up romance, and YA's fun, but like New Adult is where like all the stuff like I knew was bands and like, you know, getting into trouble, like, you know, all the stuff that I knew that I thought would make great fodder for a book existed. So that's why I did New Adult, and that's why I love it. And I like it because there's no rules. Like I get to do whatever I want, and no one has stopped me yet. So keep your fingers crossed.
Well, I'm Laurelin Paige, and I've actually want to write everything. I want to write in a whole bunch of different genres, and I started in children's books that just never really got anywhere yet. And yet, I do have a new adult book that is in an anthology, but the ones that have been the most successful for me right now are my adult contemporary romance. I mean, I guess you could say it's borderline new adult, so it's right after college, but I like new adult for all the same reasons they said. The freedom. I love reading YA. I want to write YA too. See, I want to write everything. I want to write screenplays. I want to write it all.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Do it. Cookbook?
Yeah. No, I'm not a good cook.
The microwave cookbook.
The microwave cookbook, yes.
Stir up the corn burrito.
I have some books coming out next year with a co-author that are romantic comedy that are less sex. I don't know how that happened. Why anyone would write a book with less sex, but we did. And that's so. I have a wide variety of things that I like, but what I have right now is my really sexy books. And that's what I'm here to talk about.
Hi guys, are you excited to be here?
Yeah.
Excited.
So I have this question for you, and I'm going to let you think for just a second. You get some think time because I'm a teacher, right? You have to pick one of your secondary characters. Can't be your main characters, all right? We're going to write another story right here, right now. So tell me first who you're donating to the cause, a secondary character.
Mirabelle.
I can't. All my secondary characters are getting books already.
Oh, come on, Jay.
You always have to break the rules.
Yeah. Well, let me think. You skip me and
All right.
I'll think.
Angus.
From I Want It That Way.
I want it that way. So we have
Mirabelle.
Maribel and Angus and...
I guess Joe, Cora's dad? He's
Okay,
Only
so those
one.
are our 3 people. Authors, be creative. Let's make a story. Tell us a little bit about your characters so that you can make a story with it. Tell me about Maribel.
Mirabelle is sweet, perky little cheerleader on the outside, but she went through a tough time where she was drinking partier girl, and that's when she found Adam, who was going to be a doctor, and he kind of rescues her and pulls her into being cheerleader again. I don't know.
Okay, and yours was Joe?
Yeah, Joe's like a, like kind of a strict like, military man through and through that somehow, through fate, ends up with this crazy punk rock, mouthy, sassy daughter and has ended up in Denver from New York to help raise her daughter that she's had with Rome.
And tell us about
Angus.
Angus. Thank you.
No problem. Actually, I'm cheating a little bit because there have been some talks about me writing a novella for Angus, for Harlequin. It's not signed though, so right now it is theoretical, so that's good. So I'm technically satisfying the letter of your question here.
Okay, so they all meet. We'll have them meet here at Barnes Nobel in Starbucks. What happens to them? They're here. They run into each other. What
Wait,
happens
we're writing
to them?
a collective story? I
Yep,
thought
you're
we were
writing
each-
you're writing a collective story. All three of them are in it. They meet up here. What happens to them?
Well, I think
creative
Angus would
people.
probably hit on Joe.
Yeah?
He's a tough, hot military
He
guy.
is. He's like he's very traditional, so that would be hilarious.
Okay.
Mirabelle would really try to get their relationship to work. She would do everything to be like, all right, you guys, I know this is going to work. He really loves you, even if
Yeah.
he doesn't say it.
Joe's not gay.
But she'd still do that.
So Angus is going to hit on him, and how will Joe react?
I think he's become more open-minded as, like, his daughter's world has opened up and there's, new kinds of people in his life. And, I don't think he'd be offended, but he definitely wouldn't be taking one for the team.
Would he be straightforward and just say, dude?
Yeah, I think so. He'd probably just be like, that's not my flavor.
Mirabelle would say, are you sure if you haven't tried it?
That's fair.
And would they live happily ever after?
I'm guessing no, if he's not gay. I mean, Angus really isn't I'm going to convert you sort of guy.
I feel like Joe's daughter would take that ball and run with it and then try and find Angus a fella to, like, be happy with and not even care about Joe.
And Mirabelle might help with that.
Yeah,
too.
so then they would be besties.
Yeah, besties for sure.
Angus actually probably wouldn't hit on him, to be honest, because he has a boyfriend. And that would be the novella that I would be writing. But for the sake of our fictitious story, let's say he's
Right.
single.
All right, you get 2 words. Describe yourself. 2 words. That's it.
Socially awkward.
I'm awesome.
Oh my God, you guys.
That's more than 3.
Oh yeah, that is. Perfect. And perfect.
She's perfectly perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, pick one character and tell me something we don't learn about them in the book. Any character, any book, something we don't learn in the book about them.
This is a hard game to play.
I know.
Ty has runner's feet, where the second toe is longer than the first. He's actually a really fast runner, and that was about the only thing that he was good at in basketball. He wasn't very good with the throwing or the catching or the making baskets. They recruited him for the team because he was tall and he was fast, and he would just run around the court looking busy.
There you go.
I feel like Race's character from the Point series was probably really kind of a bully in high school. Like, he was very entitled and born with, like, a super silver spoon in his mouth, and his character is very unempathetic, non-empathetic. So I feel like he was probably, like, all of those characteristics, if we went back to when, before he met Bax, would have probably made him a bully, like a really bad.
I could see that. Celia is a submissive. She doesn't know it, though. One day, she might know it. She finds the perfect dom to put her in her place.
Yeah, all that.
Okay.
Because she needs to be spanked.
Tell me a secret. I want to know a secret.
About me?
Your writing, your life, you. I want to know a secret.
Secrets are secrets for a reason. They're not secrets when you tell somebody.
You can tell me what you're working on or something like that. Tell me a secret.
I took the month off. I haven't been working on anything. This is the longest period of time since I hit publish on Rule that I haven't written a single word. I took the whole month off to do construction on my house, which hasn't started yet. So it was totally a wasted month off. So that means all I did was like be lazy and watch TV.
That's a good secret.
That's a
Seriously,
good secret.
it's kind of crazy. I thought I was going to be going way more stir crazy than I am. Like, I thought I would have like characters like knocking me, because I have a ton of stuff I've got to be working on, but it's actually been kind of nice. But now it's time's up. End of August, time's up. Then it's back to the grind. So I will be writing and managing a remodel at the same time.
There you go.
I had a root canal this morning, and so I'm on codeine right now.
Ah.
Drugged.
Should you be
up.
driving me around?
Totally okay. I work well on drugs. You didn't know.
Is that a secret? Is that your secret?
That's my secret.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, how do I beat that? I do not work well on drugs. Actually, there's my secret.
There's your
And it's your
secret.
birthday, so there you go.
That's not a secret either.
Not a
Is your
secret either.
age a secret?
I don't know. Why don't you guess? Then you can
That's the
offend me
worst
or
game
excite
ever.
me.
No.
No, not
Tap
going
out.
to do it. 25.
Younger than me.
Are you laughing? Like because
No.
you really believe that?
No. I was teasing you.
All right. Well, actually, I tweeted about this. It's not a secret, but it's funny. I took a retreat to Puerto Vallarta with my son, who's 15, and he's like he's like Seth Rogen. Like he had a full, really Seth Rogen-ish beard because he's hirsute, and he hadn't shaved like all summer, so he had a big fantasy author style beard growing. He's only 15 and he's pretty tall. He's taller than me. So we went to Puerto Vallarta, and like the first cab we got into, the driver asked if we were siblings, and I was like, no, I'm his mom, and he was like, no way. And that's what you just said. I hope you were flattering me.
Well, now I think maybe you're not younger than me. No, I bet you're the same age as me.
I
Anyhow,
don't like this game at all.
Let's move on.
then the second cab we got into, and this, like, my son is traumatized for life. He was like, so are you siblings or are you a couple? And my son was like, no, no, that's my mom. That's my mom. She's my mom. And like the whole rest of the trip, he was like sort of bitterly saying, you know, do you need anything? Since you're my girlfriend, I should probably do stuff for you. And I was like, no, you're fine. Stop thinking about it. Don't think about it anymore.
That's hilarious.
He was traumatized.
See, she did a good job and she was worried. Okay, this is random, so just answer. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Iced tea, not hot tea.
Yeah, she doesn't do coffee. Isn't that weird?
Iced coffee, hot tea.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Salty.
Both.
Ocean or mountains?
Mountains.
Mountains.
To live or to vacation? I need more information.
I guess like what are those? What comes to mind first?
Ocean.
M&M's or Skittles?
M&M's.
Oh wait, ask again.
M&M's or Skittles?
I like Reese's Pieces.
Me too.
Peanut
Peanut butter
butter.
cups.
M&M's.
Day or night?
Night.
I give or take. It depends on what's going on.
iPod or streaming?
iPod.
iPod.
Streaming.
There are some places that don't have internet.
No, but
Burger
I love
or
my
steak?
Spotify.
Steak.
Steak.
Burger.
Oh, well, maybe burger.
Burger.
It depends.
And like a really good turkey
A really good burger.
That's even better.
Steak burger.
No. Like a barbecue burger. I'm hungry.
DVD at home or the movie theater?
Movie theater.
Movie theater.
I love the movies.
You want the popcorn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the experience, like being in the theater with other people, enjoying the same thing that
It's
you
different.
enjoy, and the acoustics and the speakers, and it just feels like everything is more impressive.
Yeah, or you have a joint experience. Like, saw The Fault in Our Stars, and like the whole audience is crying. Like, there's this collective. You know, it's just different. Actually, I laughed, but
I like
An apple.
dude movies.
I
Like
laughed when
straight
E.T.
dude
died.
movies. So they're the best in big like the theater. Like Die Hard,
Heartless.
and Fast and the Furious. Like I want stuff to blow up and like blood. And those, I mean, they're great on like my
Action.
TV.
Those you
but
have to see
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, you got to see those on the big screen.
That commercial where they at the movies where they always say, "Take this and reduce it down to this."
Yeah.
That's totally
Yeah.
Those movies need to be seen on big screens.
Anything else you'd like to tell my readers?
They should buy all our books, 10 copies each, and then give them away to random strangers.
Isn't that what I do?
That is what you do.
I support you.
Yeah.
Tell them not to be scared to try something new. Like even if an author you
Right.
love does something really well and you love what they do, don't be scared when they're trying to do something new because they're probably doing
Right.
something new really well too.
Yes, that's very beautiful.
She's good that way.
I know.
Do you have anything to add to that?
No.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it very much.